Hi there, Dion Ruff Sloan again with Daily Devotion, a 5-day challenge to help you devote to your feminine spirit. And as I like to start all my videos, let's go ahead and get started by calling in some sacred space for ourselves. So just take a couple of deep breaths here, and you might even want to put your hands on your heart. And as we are connecting with the elements here, just open to connecting with your body and just notice how your body is feeling. Connecting with the water of your body, the emotional realm. How are you emotionally today? Connecting with the air realm and the mental parts of us. How are you feeling mentally? Connecting with the fire realm, the energy that moves through our body. How are you feeling? How's your energy levels today? And connecting with spirit, the essence spark that makes up the you that is you. How are your spirits today? And if you notice anything swirling and twirling around, just give yourself permission to let it be as it is. And if you decide to change something about how you're feeling in any of those realms, do so with compassion and gentleness and love. And as we begin our devotion today, I call upon the elements of earth, water, air, fire, and spirit to support us in whatever way we most need. And so it is. So today I'd like to continue our exploration with devotion by connecting with the element of water. And remember, when we're looking at the word devotion and we're looking at devotion as a practice, we're looking at it from the perspective of love, loyalty, or enthusiasm to a person, ourselves, or to for an activity. In this case, the act of taking care of ourselves in a more soul-filled, meaningful way. So water is the emotional realm. It gives us offers feel again, this is another place where we've been taught to mistrust. We've been taught to mistrust our feelings. Um, and when I'm talking about feelings, I'm talking about that gut instinct that you know is when something is right for you and or when you know that something is wrong for you. Those kind of really deep-seated feelings. This is the space where we are encouraged to learn to be clean, clear, and current. And when I talk about being clean, clear, and current, we want to notice if our emotions are attached to the current situation or if they are from a past situation. Do I need to open and allow myself to express any emotions so that I can clean those out and clear the emotions so that they are relevant to the current situation? Water also teaches us how to respond instead of react. It teaches us emotional maturity, and it also teaches us how to use the power of love to connect with the power of love on a really deep, deep level. So, for our emotional devotion today, I want to give you a couple minutes here to list maybe 5, 10 things, maybe 15, 20. I'll give you like 3 minutes, 2, 3 minutes here to list things that lift you up emotionally. Like when you notice that you're feeling kind of down, what lifts you up emotionally? All right, here we go. Okay, and just bring that journaling to a close. All right, so next we want to begin to notice, when do you feel emotionally drained? And you want to make a little list here so that you know, so that you can be on the lookout for those times, those people, those places, those things that feel emotionally draining to you. In this noticing, you also want to notice, like, are they is this emotional draining, is it triggered by, like, the lack of sleep, the lack of self-care, like you're not getting enough sleep, you're not eating high quality foods, is the highest quality that you can get. Um, you have too much sugar, too much caffeine, these kinds of things. So notice if you are emotionally drained because of some other actions that or some other habits that you have put into place for yourself. So give you a couple minutes to notice that. All right. So I want to tell you a little bit about the program Devotion. Devotion is a year-long program that we will be meeting on the new moon and the full moon. We'll be looking at different ways to celebrate ourselves as divine feminine entities. Now, this is not so that you can have another thing to add to your to-do list. On the contrary, this is a way to support you in taking care of yourself so that you can complete all of the things that you want to do. You can think of this as, like, when you're cooking, you add a little bit of oil to the pan to get things started. What I envision daily devotion, um, not daily devotion. That's what I envision the program Devotion to help you get started with yourself. We will meet live for a couple we have, I have 12 topics, 13 actually, because this year we have 13 moons. So we have 13 topics that we'll explore and use them as possible self-care practices for you. And we have a live meeting on the new moon and the full moon, or the week of the new moon, the week of the full moon. I'm still working out the schedule. We start on June 3rd with the new moon in Gemini, and we will go from June 3rd all the way through um, until May of 2020. In between our new moon and full moon calls, we'll also have times where I will just send out an email. If I'll send out an email with other suggestions and suggested practices and things for you to explore during the week, and just to kind of check in. I had thought about doing a Facebook group for us to connect in those in between times, but I'm not finding Facebook to be as sacred as I would like it to be. Not that it's not sacred, it's just not the kind of energy that I would like to be able to hold space for in our conversations for this particular program. So in lieu of the Facebook group, I'm still again I'm still working out a little bit of the details on that. And what is probably going to end up happening is we will come together in a circle and make a decision as to how we will stay connected in the in between times. You can find out more about this program on my website, goddessteahouse.com um, /devotion. So, as we complete today's devotion, I have one last thing that I would like to share with you, one last journaling question prompt that I would like to share with you here. So, now that you've noticed all of those people, places, and things that cause you to be emotionally drained, let's go ahead and do a little bit of support around those things. So, when you find yourself in those positions where you are emotionally draining, let's make a list of how you want to feel. Just 5 ways that when you're dealing with these emotionally draining situations, people, places, how would you like to feel instead? So just write down five ways you would like to feel in these situations. Give you just 1 minute here. Okay. And now, with those 5 ways that you'd like to feel, what are some support systems that you can have in place for yourself in dealing with these emotionally draining situations that will help you feel the way that you want to feel? Give you a couple minutes here to kind of brainstorm some ideas of how you can support yourself in feeling the way that you want to feel. And again, if you're just joining me, we have written down a few ways that we want to um, feel and when we're dealing with emotionally draining situations, and we are writing down ways that we can support ourselves in feeling the way that we want to feel. All right, so I've got a couple of things down when I'm dealing with the emotionally draining situation of having to go to the doctor, which is where I'm headed after I finish doing the live stream today. So I am going to make sure that I drink some water before I go. That's one way that I'm supporting myself emotionally. I am going to be doing some affirmations that will help the self talk that I have around going to the doctor to kind of dissipate. And I am going to treat myself to an amazing, amazing lunch after my doctor's appointment, someplace that I really love going. So I hope you have gotten a few ideas of how you can help yourself feel the way that you want to feel throughout the day. If you would like to join me for, again, my program Devotion is coming up on June 3rd. You can find out more about that at goddessteahouse.com/devotion. And until tomorrow, I hope that you have a really, really good day. Do take good care of yourself.